Well, I believe the Gallery Cabaret here has stuff on tap. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hi there. We're going to start this up now. Welcome, hello. Yeah, I know you want to talk. We've got two phenomenal features that I think are going to have extra space. We've got the soft-spoken poet herself, Cotton Campbell. Give it up for the Cotton. I'm really thrilled that I got to tack onto this. We've got Dallas Malice with her guitar doing an awesome performance. I'm so looking forward to that. I don't think she was on Facebook, but I happened to see that she said she was advertising herself on Twitter, and I'm like, yeah, she knows she's coming. Cool. I had no idea. So I wanted to start by reading one piece from the most recent issue of Down in the Dirt magazine, which is A Bad Influence. This is what happens when you happen to find really, really muddy, dirty shoes in the streets of Chicago. If anybody's interested in cc&d or Down in the Dirt, there are printer links, and it's available for sale through Amazon throughout the States or the UK or continental Europe. I'm going to stop talking about that and read this bullying-oriented piece of prose, and it is called Orange Musk. Comes in 3 parts. This is part 1, the 4th grade. I don't know why I did it. Maybe it's because I was always the one picked on. They called me fat when I was in kindergarten. They called me a teacher's pet because I did my homework and school was easy for me. I was made fun of because I was smart, and I'm sorry if the bullies didn't understand long division, but their deficiencies shouldn't mean that the girls in the neighborhood had to give me skinned elbows and bloody knees. As I said, I don't know why. Maybe it was because I was always the one that was picked on, and when a new kid came into your school, and who likes the idea of a new kid anyway? I mean, why take your chances on someone new when you're battling the relentless cliques you've created at the ripe old age of 9? For some reason, I don't want to think I'm the one that started and instigated it, but I can remember so many other little details about how we tormented this new kid. You see, his name was Blake Gajewski. 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 Now, I don't remember making fun of his last name, but as 9 years old, I remember thinking his first name was kind of odd. Blake. Well, you know, it had to be somebody else who started picking on him, because one time at recess, when Blake Gajewski had the ball at the mock basketball courts, you know, a ball that was the size of a basketball, but it was a solid mauve red that made you think of the planet Mars. Well, I remember someone said that we should take the ball and attack him. So, like the little lemming I was, I joined Jenny and another girl, and I don't remember who knocked the planet Mars from his hands, but getting the ball wasn't really the point. But I don't know if I was the one that knocked him down before we all pinned him down, but when the girls had Blake Gajewski pinned down, someone finally said, "What do we do with him?" And we all just froze there for a minute. We didn't know what to do. We're not the bullies. This is new to us. It wasn't like we were going to actually hurt him or anything. So I racked my brain and I finally said, "I've got some orange lip balm." And that's when we all thought it was a stunning idea to smear this otherwise clear orange-scented lip balm all over his face and shirt. And I don't know, I guess the recess bell rang, so we all went into class, and he happened to sit next to me in our next class. Now, Erin was the girl that sat on the other side of him, and before class started, I distinctly remember her saying to him, "Blake, is that a new cologne you're wearing? A musk? I like it." And I was biting both of my lips, trying to not say a word and not burst into hysterics. Part 2, the 6th grade. As I said, I was picked on, I was the teacher's pet, but for some reason, one teacher really liked me, Mrs. Fleming. This old lady with the bouffant white hair that made you think that she frightened her bad siblings when she left for the house to go to school every day. This old teacher put on a play to show off the classic Hawaiian culture and the king and queen of Hawaii, along with their court. And yes, because this woman liked me, she expected me to be the Queen of Hawaii. And that can sound obnoxious, and yes, it was. But 25 other kids had to be in the play, too. It was a deal when you just sat there like a queen and do nothing throughout the play while the princesses had to kneel on the stage and their guards had to stand behind them on the stage. And then there were these commoners who had to do dances with sticks to please the king and queen. So the play might sound retarded, and it was, but being a teacher's pet had its perks when at a rehearsal I saw my friend Gina was a princess kneeling there, and kneeling there was Blake. That's Blake Gajewski to you. Blake was her guard standing behind her. As the queen in this little rehearsal, I noticed that Blake was standing close to the edge of the elevated stage. So I looked at Princess Gina and I mouthed the words, "Lean back." And I moved my shoulders. Now, she looked over her shoulder, and then she looked back at me, quizzically furrowing her eyebrows as if to ask for confirmation. I confirmed. God, this godfather-like bullying is great. So she waited for the right moment, and when the timing was just right, she leaned back, and Blake accidentally fell 3 feet to the gymnasium floor. Part 3, denouement. As I said, I don't know why I did it. All I do know is that I don't think I really hurt him. I don't think he's tormented with all the despair that he might feel for, like all the other kids who may have been bullied. So, as harmless in hindsight this probably was, Blake, I have to admit, those were some great times. Thank you. I have a bunch of other short poems from people in Down the Dirt, but I just said I'm going to leave one and leave it at that. And then I think I might call up, I don't have my schedule, but I think I would like to call up. And if anybody has a question, they can sit here, because I just thought I'd bring it up. But anyway, Jason, I'm sorry I didn't call up people beforehand, but are you cool for coming up first, my darling?
Yeah, sure.
Yay! Please give it up for it. Everyone's lover. Hey, darling, Jason Miller. See if I can gracefully. You probably don't want this stool, do you?
No, I had one earlier.
Okay.
Sorry, why do you set me up for things like that?
You need this, you're awesome. You can just slide it out.
Yeah, I'm a little bit, forgot what I was gonna do, so I gotta dig through the bag of tricks.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I know, I'm looking for the orange lip balm, that's what I'm looking for.
I've got some orange lip balm. I was like, I wish I had some I'd use as a prop. Do you have some lip balm? Do you have some lip balm? Whatever.
So I'm ripping off tender buttons again, so not much is new on my end. How's everybody tonight?
All right.
All right.
Alright.
Glad to see you.
Cool. Oh, thank you. I'm so happy to see you too. Hold that thought. Okay, here it is. Tender buttons rip-offs. The middle. In redness, there is wetness and hasty swarming. Fussing machinations make exhausting bedtime. Excess of tea before sleeping induces night walking. Privy of ledge, gratifying gravity. Gravitas and gracias are not the same, but share. Broccoli. Much stock goes into the freezer, forgotten in favor of boxed broth. Wax makes for slippery gripping, splashing makes for fun over fire. Friend. Simplifies dilemma, suggests immersion in public conversation for purpose of clarity. Side by side, exercising thumbs. Many know a friend and stop to chat. Many stop to chat facing a friend but not another. English is spoken, yet the banter is incomprehensible, as if one flunked a cultural shift, but was permitted entrance into a popular domain regardless, fumbling to process facts, Others seemingly receive effortlessly. Finally, one's opinion is requested. One responds, flushing, codependent on metaphor. Thanks. In the movie, one treats another to a day of amusement. One treats another to amuse, offering delights one wishes to experience. One and another both possess names chosen and given, origins presumed, no questions asked, with the exception of, why do you like, but not, do you like, or how do you like? To divert discomfort, one and another say what they want to say, but avoid saying what they want. Thank you, everybody.
I was gonna say, you have a little time if you wanted to do another.
I don't, what bring us?
All right. I want us to scream like idiots for this guy, because I don't know, is he a nippy? Well, he's awesome nonetheless, so please give it up. Mannerism, are you ready, my darling? Please give it up for Mannerism!
Get up.
How's everybody tonight?
All right.
Doing good.
I was going to say something off the top, but I changed my mind and said, I'm going to read this off my phone.
All right.
And it's called The Rat Race. And, oh, by the way, I do have I won't be long, I won't be here too much long, I have another set, so don't think I'm rude because I'm just stepping out. I'm going to another set after this. So I'm going to say this one piece and get up out of here. Can you all hear me?
Yes. You're awesome. Woohoo!
Okay, here we go. It costs too much to be poor. I can't afford poverty. Your novelty is perverted, so what's the real reason why you bother me? What do you want from me? Oh, you got a plan for me? Vanity, vanity, says the preacher, all is vanity. A preacher said, if you don't have a plan for your life, someone else will, or have already, probably, dignity, self-worth. Nah, you ain't robbing me. You got a valuation of my value? Really? Am I valued? How much am I valued? Oh, you think I'm generic, put on a Walmart shelf, generic brand, great value? Or a bargain? As if I sold my soul, as if it was for sale, on sale, for cheap. Pete, this says the devil's a soul is for sale, for cheap. What a bargain. A devil's coupon for the bargain. Let's tear out the coupon, no need to stay within the margins. Do you see me as butter for your batter, baby? Or just butter? Or margarine? Charging the battery. You say let's rebuke this or butter with robotics. Let's charge them in. Charging the battery. Let's place him in a mechanical system. Charging battery. Charge attack. Assault and battery. Pull his ego. Down he go. Gravity. Pull his pride down. Gravity. Do it slow. Gradually. Charge with the battery. Assault and battery. He's assault catching the battery. His savor and flavor would be gone. Beat it out of him from the battery. Why do you want to batter me? Picking up bats, batter up, splatter me. Because if they splatter me, then everywhere is where my matter be. But they don't matter me. You ask what's the matter? The matter? Me? Atoms and matter equals the matter of me. God asks Adam, what's the matter? Adam responds like, matter? Me? Oh, me and Eve. We deceived. We was free, now we were leaves. We were trees. Our lives was at ease, now we must grieve, because we felt the need to grieve for what we didn't need. Now the garden we must leave. Wearing leaves and heat labor for our deeds. With sweat and blood we bleed. Now pull, heave. In this rat race indeed. I want out of the rat race, please. Cause at the finish line, there's no cheese. By the way, where is the finish line? It's a perpetual pattern, no finish line. I refuse the line of the finish. You put me in this line because you think I'm finished. I'm not finished until I get the finishing. The author and the finisher of my faith will do the finishing. I'm done with my bank account diminishing. I can't count on your bank to diminish my account and stay up diminishing. And your support mechanical system is diminishing. So don't ask me for nothing unless you're replenishing. Are you a diminishing Dominican? You can't diminish my dominion and domain and kin. I'm kin of my domain. My domain and dominion is kin of my domain. You can't toss me like Romaine. I remain domain. My dome and dominion is of the main. But you'd rather see me in remains, in ruins, in post-mortem, blue in the face. But God breathed breath in me, he blew in my face. Now I got my light shining, now I bloom in the face. Gargamel status, now I have issues with them blue in the face. Them lifeless zombies bringing the epidemic gloom and doom in the place. Your Gnostic, academic, ecumenist, a humanist race. You tasted the fruit of knowledge of good and evil, now you in ruin and waste. Now you need Yeshua pursuing his grace, soon in the haste. But the rat race shall be replaced with grace. Get out of my face. I don't want to become your option. I'm about to opt out faster than a telescopic shot from a black ops son's gun. Run. The rat race if you wanna. But I behoove you to remove the hoodlum with horns and hooves. He ain't Jehovah. Angels hovering over, crying, holy, holy, holistic, holiness, hallelujah, he's Jehovah. Hallowed. Fallow ground broken the minute I meant to minister to my mentality. Shallow sound screech for the contract, lawful ground breach. The Messiah's blood impeached all y'all presidential principalities. The presence of Jesus put a dent in demons' dimple from a simple demonstration. Principalities need dentures from withering old and decrepit when detained. They suffer dementia, did I mention? Principalities are detained. Detainees get detention by principle. Your principle puts you in detention from the tension caused by principalities. Your prince is no pal. You're pale from the pal you call prince. You are minced meat when you meet your match, when you thought you can muzzle a maverick. I'm done with the rat race. Without grace there's a labyrinth. I'm done with the rat race. There's no cheese at the finish line. But speaking of finish line, where is the finish line? Thank you.
That's how Anubi brings it on. That was awesome. That was so triple plus awesome. And this evening wouldn't be complete if somebody didn't read from a phone or a tablet or something. So that was awesome. Because I read from like pages with like 24-point type so I can be like a performer and keep it away from my face. I'm an idiot that way. So old school. And for people who are new or people who are old, you wondering why we've got all this camera stuff. I wish Joffrey was here so I could say my usual phrase and that we're in cahoots with the NSA and we are keeping track of you and we're recording you. And this open mic, as well as both the features this evening, will not only have YouTube videos of them, but the features, at least, if not the open mic as well, will also be on a podcast. So if you want to know about it, go to www.chaoticarts.org/thecafe. You can find out details about it there. And now, that was really awesome of him. That was actually really, really great. But now I'm going to show off this crazy little bag. And I am going to ask that you put your life savings into it. I'm sure I'm going to end up putting more into it because this is actually going to have to be split between two features. And they're both really, really awesome for the end of the night. So I am going to pass this around and ask everybody, I guess you can drink change on your Sunday cup. I get it, but if you happen to have the gold fillings of your teeth or anything, because these people deserve it, they really, really do. Although, I will also say, if it's either give them money or buy beer or something here at the Gallery Cabaret, I'd say, well, you take care of yourself first, and you take care of these people at this bar, because they're, as I said, triple plus awesome. So, I will pass this around, but in the meantime, please, as I'm holding this and sliding it down, oh, how fitting. No, it's just why I said I have chairs too. Please look at it up for Jerry Pendergast. Jerry, come on in. I'm not looking. Sorry.
Did everybody have a fine patriotic long weekend?
Yeah.
I was really disappointed that none of the amateur fireworks show in my neighborhood. I live in the Albany Park area. None of the blasts set off car alarms, because those are the kind of blasts that really show the un-Americans that they better watch their ass. Okay, I wrote this in 1986. Statue of Liberty Centennial. If our renovated Lady of the Harbor could talk. Forgive me if I sound like a white guy trying to sound like Chucky D. Cleanse me, smooth me, polish me, leave no trace of smoke from ships that carried the accepted, that turned away. Zoom in slow when the music starts. I want a half screen next to the speaker. Give me some melodies, choke sweet. No bebop, no hip hop. Want it fit for prime time. Pan the camera away from that street where a bed is a playground bench, is a sleeping bag on a sidewalk next to a pawn shop where a temporary home is a cardboard box. Make me over, fit for any weekly magazine. I want to look like a 100-year-old high school prom queen. Thank you. Okay, Woody Guthrie's birthday is coming up soon. This is called Open Letter to Woody Guthrie. You sang, what were their names to the crew of a ship in peril? The Reuben James escaped. Your song eased some tension. The radio voice said, they were just deportees. You wrote, chanted, four numbers that came to mind for the farm workers hurled from the DC-3 at Los Gatos Canyon. You were right with three, close with one. Senors Rascon y Hernandez found the names, fixed spelling of names, found Jaime Ramirez, Lance Canales, raised money with concerts, bake sales for a new stone with the names Saint Isidora and Falling Leaves. If you could perform at the Labor Day dedication, would you have written a new verse? Maybe Arlo will someday. He loves to stretch songs out anyway. With a voice as clear as possible, with hands that once worked fields, alone with other hard travelers, and with other hard travelers, you strummed and sang, many ears open, to voices and hands often ignored, fighting an attacker within, until your voice and hands were no longer at your command. Do I have time for one more?
Yes, you do, my darling. Please get over, Jerry. Come on.
Okay, this is called Our Drum. 3 different types of drums. Part 1 is lambic drums, most popular drum among the Royal Orange Order in the north of Ireland. Our drum echoes, reverberates through your streets. We march with sashes across our chests. We chant and sing, protected by constables the beat saturating your block and others near. Bowler hats on our heads like white sheets. Part 2, Bahrain, traditional Irish and Islamic. Our drum is light, handheld, flexible, with a small wood tipper or fingers. I can scatter the notes, change the tempo or volume quickly. I can play it on the run, can disassemble and easily hide it if you made it illegal again. Part 3, Buckets, a trio of African American youth in Chicago. Our drums, hard plastic, we hold them with our legs, our hands tapping together or soloing, sometimes different beats, sometimes the same. We can flip them up. Now they're just buckets. If we get enough in tips, maybe we can buy that license. Thank you. Two nights from tonight, this Friday evening.
2 days.
7 p.m. until at the Roots Room, 5203 North Kimball Avenue. Please bring your poetry, your stand-up comedy, your music, your anecdotes. It's open mic variety. Second Friday of every month. That's 5203 North Kimball. Thank you.
Thank you, my darling. And should this be moved, or is this good? Is the mic here? Or thanks, you've rearranged it. You're fine. Ladies and gentlemen, from one person. Is that something you host, or is that just something you attend, my darling? Jerry Pendergast? Do you host it or co-host?
Poetry night is first Friday. I kind of co-host that, but usually on the second Friday I go to GPA's thing, and then I run over there. At 9 o'clock. So, I'm active in the group that.
Awesome. Very cool. So I'm going from one person who hosts something to another person who hosts something, and GPA here has allowed me, since I will be moving and I will not be running this open mic anymore, sniff, but that I will squeeze in a little space in August 14th, did I say? Yes, she said. Then that would be the answer. Along with the Bob and Bob show, which will be really cool. So I'll come up with some stuff for that. But the person you really want to hear right now is the poetic unsub himself. Please give it up for GPA.
Can't wait to hear our features. Dallas, Cotton Campbell out there. Dallas already bought Cotton beverage, so if you want a beverage, it's on me if you want one.
Look at that.
Everybody all right out here tonight? Man, it's pretty quiet. That's cool. No Blackhawks, so everybody's like kind of concentrated. That's all right. So I got a new book coming out. It's called Angelica's Box. So I'm just gonna read you some new stuff from it. That's all right.
Yeah, sure.
I respect that you have a ring on that finger. I do. But please take no offense that I dreamed it was gone. I did. But worry not about your happiness, because I would replenish it. I would. No offense. I see the pictures of you and him and place myself next to you. I have. Imagine the trips that we would take with our children, family, and friends. I do. Cursed, damn it, that's why I don't read off the darn phone. Cursed fate many a time that my meeting you was too late. I still, no offense. I write and recite poems with blatant subliminal messages, knowing you know I do. Engage in casual conversation, though my heart flutters, sweat dances on my brow, and fingers glance the garments garbing you. I will. I watched you live a life worth living and enjoying every moment of it, and am conflicted between rooting for and against it. I have. But I pray my candor makes you take no offense. My poem. I've been writing like, I don't know what's been happening. I think because I've been drinking more. I've been, I do, you know, I'm not, you know what, the hell with it. This is from Angelica's box too, and this was a little nasty, so bear with me.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
In a bar? Nasty?
It's
What?
called Face First. Back porch of a Chicago bungalow. Season is summer but resembling spring. A gentle kiss has multiplied and accumulated passion. Breeze exposes nothingness under sundress. Legs widen with carnal instinct. Thighs part without Moses provoking. Waters rise and glisten. Beneath their surface, the darkness invites. Eyes wide with anticipation. Forgive the cliche. Mouth watering, mimicking the ocean below. Tongue will prove amphibious. And into the depths, to find buried treasure I go. Face first. My poem. That's enough of that. I'm not gonna give you too much of the book, then you won't want to get the shit. So here we go. This is a favorite of a lot of people. I need you to give me 15 minutes. That's all I ask. Give me 1 minute to say hello to you and tell you how gorgeous you look. Give me 2 minutes to wrap you in an embrace and just live there. Give me another 2 minutes to allow my eyes to travel your physical landscape, my nostrils to inhale your womanly scent, my fingers to touch your face and your hair. Then grant me another minute to tell you how terribly I've missed you. Then let me have 1 minute to kiss your lips lightly, another minute to kiss your lips fully. Give me 1 minute to kiss you and take your breath away, then let me follow with another minute and kiss you and give you that breath back. Then allow me 30 seconds for my comprehension to catch up. And then another 30 seconds to stare into your soul and you reciprocate. Then grant me 2 minutes to embrace you again, but this time let me pull you so close so no air exists between our physical forms. Let our tongues meet salsa and step in the name of love. Then grant me 1 minute to do absolutely nothing except stare at God's sky and hold your hand. Then grant me one final minute, unfortunately, to tell you how much I've enjoyed this time I've spent with you, and I cannot wait to see you, hold you, and kiss you again. So just give me 15 minutes. That's all I ask. Then, if we happen to be outside your place of work, you've got great health benefits. I don't want you to lose your job. Please go back inside. It gets cold in my city. So please, go in where it's warm. And I see you've been checking your phone. It's rang and it's buzzed. So if you must, if you truly must, then you can go back to him. Just give me 15 minutes. That's all I ask. My poem.
Do another one, my darling, because we like you.
You sure?
Yeah,
Okay.
all right.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Shit. I didn't even expect to be up here this long. Cotton Campbell, my lady's out there. She can really do her thing. I can't wait to hear Dallas.
Yeah.
But here goes. Here's just something. I apologize, but not really. Because I found myself staring, my eyes locked on you totally, similar to an assassin's vision. And as a gentleman raised by a gentleman, you're not supposed to stare at a lady, but there I was, staring. Watching the way your hair framed your face, the slight protrusion of your forehead, just so your nostrils, when they would flare, when you would get excited. The way the lip gloss wasn't overdone, but simply embedded itself on your lips. The whiteness of your teeth and the way the words escaped and caressed in my ears. I was staring, and I thought to look away. But then I realized that the thought and the subsequent action would have been foolish, so I didn't. I continued staring. And I watched as you got even more excited, your tongue lashing back and forth between molars of pearl white. Your lips animated. The way your shoulders and your fingers would move as well. Are you Italian by chance, or are you just animated? And I found myself again in the same conundrum I was before, staring. And the same thought appeared again in the same resolution to realize it was foolish, so I continued staring until you decided to leave, hug me, and depart. And I watched you. Not your feminine as situations, not the curves that normally a male species would be attracted to and watch. No, I watched you, your aura, dissipate, but leave its residue on me. I watched the way your feet didn't walk across the concrete, but simply glided as if you were the deity that walked across water. I watched you. And you were gone as you made a right around the corner. But I committed an entire interlude to memory, as if you would do a show on DVR. So when I ran into something banal, I could remember it. And such a day came, I was coming from set at 2 in the morning, riding in the Uber, and it was snowing horribly in my city. And there's no skyline, I don't care where you go, there's no skyline like Chicago. And the snow was falling over the buildings, and it was picturesque, I cannot lie, but it paled into the memory that is embedded in my brain. And I rewound it and played it, and I came to a conclusion. So I picked up my phone and I called you. And I simply said, I'd like to see you again. Yes, you. Very soon, not right now. And you will ask me, why do you want to see me again? And I would simply tell you, because until I do, these eyes will see nothing else. I'd like to see you again. My poem. Thank you.
I think somebody's earpiece, GPA, is this yours, my darling?
That's me.
Come on up here, my angel. My angel of
Oh, I'm so
the
glad.
South Side.
Real
Yes,
quick,
yes.
everybody, I host the show.
Yes.
It's called Poetry's Love Letter. This wonderful lady will be featuring along with the Bob and Bob show. It's August 14th. It's at 5306 North Damon at a place called Let Them Eat Chocolate. Now, just for anybody who's not really familiar with demographic, it's not the South Side where they're shooting and stuff at. That's north, this way, that way. I just had to say that's my own self-deprecating black humor. But yeah, you're safe to come. Love to see you there. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. He's giving me that space because I don't know how much longer I'm going to be around, and I don't know what I'm going to be reading yet. But I wanted to read a few pieces from an old issue of cc&d. Now, cc&d's gone through a lot of changes. It's been 8.5 by 11. It's been this little guy like this, and I was moving, and now it's sold through Amazon as an ISBN book. But I have these extra copies. And so I was going to read a couple poems from this and then say, for people who have not received an issue of cc&d from these past things, this is like how much they'll get rid of them. That means our features, because I don't believe they have. If you want a copy, I have them. And I was going to read, two. One is sad and one is happy, I guess, or not so sad. This is volume 201 from October 09, which I thought was very appropriate to have a pumpkin on it. But anyway, sorry, I'll shut up. First one is called Canned Condolences. I held her, and I couldn't control my crying. We were waiting for the doctor to deliver the drugs, to inject them into her, to kill her. Once we were waiting, we knew there was no going back. Our decision was made, and now only moments were all we had left. The doctor kept saying that we were making the right decision, that she had suffered so long already. And I wonder if that doctor had these prepared responses, these canned condolences, to make anyone feel better when a loved one's about to die. When a loved one's about to die because of our choice, our decision to end her suffering, to kill her. We stroked her head to calm her, and when the doctor squeezed the syringe and forced the fluid, he held her head, and I could only watch, like a passenger in a nearby car careening toward a crash. I could only watch the spectacle from my car window, try to catch the carnage, see what death looks like, before the car kept speeding me away. But I said, I thought that was a good, but I'll go with this one, especially since it's appropriate if I'm going to be moving, I might be on an airplane. This is called Going Nowhere. I'm in a plane, and the air is compressed, and it feels just like everything else. I'm in a plane, and it feels like I'm going nowhere. Every time I'm on an airplane, going across the country, going across the world, I'm in that coffin, that quaint little compressed tube, and I have no idea what it'll be like when I step off that plane on the other side. In that coffin, I have no idea what my final destination will be like. When you fly up that high, when they fly you up that high, they compress that air, make it feel like generic air. And, make it feel like generic air. And they make sure you share that air with all these other generic people. And after a while, it feels like everything else, that shared air. So yeah, while you're on that plane, it feels like you're going nowhere. What will it be like whenever I land? Going nowhere. Oh, thank you. I'm actually going to Austin. And I'm sure that Chicago has a better skyline than Austin. But I heard you guys, and yes, if anybody, I have extra copies of these if anybody wants everything. And now I want you to keep our bartender extra busy, because in 5 minutes, because I believe I'm going to call up poetry, soft-spoken poet herself first, Cotton Campbell first for the feature. But keep the bartender busy, and I will see you in just 5 for a great set of features. Thank you. Thank you.